So first, I just want to provide some foundational work and kind of let's go back and let's step back and talk about how we've evolved to providing assurance in technology and for CSA, specifically the cloud. So the CSA STAR program, which is Security, Trust, Assurance, and Risk, this has become quite a venerable part of the industry, something that people rely on quite a bit, and it's become a very important trust mark for the industry. So we launched it in 2011, based it on our cloud controls matrix, and then more specifically, our consensus assessment initiative questionnaire, to be able to use that to be able to provide very transparent sort of viewpoint of how cloud providers are meeting assurance needs. And so this is something that we started very small, and I think maybe Microsoft might have been the first entry in there, first one I can remember anyway. And we've grown quite a bit and have I think roughly 4,000 registered provider entries in here. There's different countries that they actually use this as somewhat of a national standard, referenced by a lot of industries. A lot of enterprises, they sort of use this as a go-to location to really understand the industry and to help them in doing their third-party risk assessment. So you can see from the program pillars we have here that it's very extensive. We've got our cloud controls matrix, which is our controls framework that's foundational to this. Our assessment portfolio, we've got this STAR Level 1, self-assessment, and then we've got the third-party assessments, different flavors of that with STAR Level 2, both an ISO 27001 version of STAR using CCM as sort of the scoping mechanism, and then the same with our STAR attestation, which is essentially a SOC 2 Type 2, again using CCM. We got our registry, which is the heart of this, and that's our public repository where you can see all of these entries. Some people make that part itself sort of synonymous with the whole STAR program, but it is more than that. We've got our education, our assessor education with the CCAK, the Certificate of Cloud Auditing Knowledge, as well as more specific education to be certified as a STAR auditor. And we've got our STAR-enabled solutions, which allow technology providers to actually include our best practices in their technology offerings. And then STAR Extended, which has grown to do other things. And for example, through partnership with a key organization in the European Union, we actually provide not just our own cloud controls matrix assurance information, but actual GDPR information. And so I think you find that we've become something that's very essential, and it's really sort of been a game changer in the openness and how a lot of different organizations think about cloud assurance, think about how their supply chain, the third parties there, think about how you maybe as a provider, how you can use this to sort of forestall the need for proprietary sort of one-off assessment questionnaires that you might get. So we're enhancing this in a few areas. You see the STAR for AI, that's where we're looking to apply the same STAR program for artificial intelligence providers as well as others using it. And then our compliance automation revolution, which is more of a research project to look at all the different areas that we can actually move the industry forward. So, but STAR, it's been something that I think most of you are pretty aware of. Maybe not aware of like the scope of it, but it's used quite a bit in the industry. It's very vibrant. And we find, and just by example, that companies that are looking to use different cloud services, and then they may have a specific use case in mind, they'll go to our registry, see what information is in there. And I picked two semi at random, but these are a couple of excellent companies that have done an excellent job with their STAR assessments and their alignment with what we have published. So for example, company will go look, in this case, GitHub, and go to their level 1 questionnaire and look at what they've actually put control by control, question by question. And so I just pasted a little excerpt here. I'm sure it's somewhat of an eye chart, but to give you that sense of they've done a very good and thoughtful job when you look at all the different controls and questions out there to provide something that really addresses the issues. And so then an enterprise looking to use them can see, yeah, does this fit in with our own risk profile, risk appetite, as we're looking to, in this case, have something for managing our code repos. So it's something that it's really common in how organizations use it, and we've seen some that they're downloading all the time different entries to go analyze them. And we've again seen some countries require it to the point that we will see their government agencies go access this to be looking to make sure that the software that they're using, the cloud software, is actually in here before they go to approve it to be used.